robots going to take our jobs, everybody's jobs in the future? Or how much do you see artificial intelligence coming into the workplace?
Well, first of all, I think on the artificial intelligence front, I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal. I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive, because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. And normally the way regulations are set up is that a whole bunch of bad things happen, there's a public outcry, and then after many years, a regulatory agency is set up to regulate that industry. And there's a bunch of opposition from companies who don't like being told what to do by regulators. Anyway, it takes forever. That in the past has been bad, but not something which represented a fundamental risk to the existence of civilization. AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization, in a way that car accidents, airplane crashes, faulty drugs, or bad food were not. They were harmful to a set of individuals within society, of course, but they were not harmful to society as a whole. AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that. It's not fun being regulated. It's not, it can be pretty irksome, but in the car business, we get regulated by Department of Transport, by EPA, and a bunch of others, and there's regulatory agencies in every country. In space, we get regulated by FAA, but if you ask the average person, hey, do you want to get rid of the FAA and just like take a chance on manufacturers not cutting corners in the aircraft because profits were down that quarter? I was like, hell no. That sounds terrible. So, I think even people who are pretty extremely like libertarian free market, they'd be like, yeah, we should probably have somebody keeping an eye on the aircraft companies, making sure they build a good aircraft and good cars and that kind of thing. So, I think there's a role for regulators. That's very important. And I'm against overregulation for sure. But man, I think we better get on that with AI pronto. So there'll certainly be a lot of job disruption. Because what's going to happen is robots will be able to do everything better than us. I'm including, all of us, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what to do about this. This is really like the scariest problem to me, I'll tell you. So I really think we need government regulation here, just because this is, ensuring the public good is served. Because you've got companies that are racing, they kind of have to race to build AI, or they're going to be made uncompetitive. Essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI and you don't, they will crush you. So then you're like, we don't want to be crushed. So, I guess we need to build it too. That's where you need the regulators to come in and say, hey guys, you all need to really, just pause and make sure this is safe. And like when it's cool and and the regulators are convinced that it's safe to proceed, then you can go. But otherwise, slow down. But you kind of need the regulators to do that for all the teams in the game. Otherwise the shareholders will be saying like, hey, why aren't you developing AI faster? Because your competitor is. I'm like, okay, we better do that. Anyway, so it's like, there's like something like 12% of jobs are transport. Transport will be one of the first things to go fully autonomous. But when I say everything, like the robots will be able to do everything, bar nothing.
Every technology revolution will cause social instability. The first technology revolution, I say, caused World War I. Second technology revolution caused World War II. This is the third technology revolution. People are already unhappy because a lot of machine learning, artificial intelligence killing a lot of jobs. People start to worry. The background, the education background, if you're not innovative enough, if you're not creative enough, your job will be taken away by a lot of machines. So this is the challenge. So it's the third technology revolution we may cause the third world war. What's the third world war? We should be the war if the human being do not have the same target, the one target, like poverty, disease, environment, human being gonna have problems. So I think the good thing is that technology is gonna improve people's life. The bad thing is technology is killing a lot of jobs. People may live in a different way. So this is something that I worry about in the next 30 years.
As you should. This would seem to be a huge challenge. I could think, for example, of social stability in your own country, where tens of millions of people are employed in industries where eventually a robot might be able to do it. What's going to happen to those jobs?
That's why we should have to do the globalization. You have to, if a small business...
Everybody's going to be a small business, Jack?
Yeah,
I mean, really? Everybody's going to do their own thing?
In the last 20 years, or last 200 years, I would say, it's like an industry period. Large scale standardization is the model. Next 100 years, personalized, customer-made is the future. So I think the challenge of this technology is to a lot of big companies. So how we can empower the small business. If the small business, normally they can only sell things to their village or their own county or even their city. With the power of the internet, we can help them sell across the board. So I met a young man in Peru. He said he's only 24 years old. He never thought his product would be so popular in New Zealand, in Australia, in China. Now his company grew from 6 people to 60 people. So
what does he sell?
I don't know what he sells. He said he's so excited, and he said something that his people, his neighborhood, wow, this is things that I've seen every day. But people in New Zealand, Australia, and China say, we love it, because they have never seen this kind of designing things. So this is what I think. The way to figure out the job creation, one of the best ways is to helping small business to sell their local products across the board. And we have to prepare now, because next 30 years is going to be painful.
It's going to be painful.
Very painful.
Because of the changes that are going to take place.
Change of the technology, change of the
robots. You're going to have a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands, too,
well, the other thing people will be interested...
Now, they might want to spend it on Alibaba watching movies and buying things, but...
Well, believe it or not, I think next 30 years, people only work 4 hours a day and maybe 4 days a week. People say, wow, what are they going to do? My grandfather worked 16 hours a day in the farmland to dig in. He thinks he's very busy. We work 8 hours, 5 days a week. We think we are very busy. By the next 30 years, people only work 4 hours. And normally in your life, normal people visit like 30 places. 30 years later, they will probably visit 300 places. So there will be mobile population. So stop globalization. It's impossible. The only thing is that how can we make the globalization more inclusive, the trade more inclusive, knowledge more inclusive. This is how we can dealing with the instability of the world.
These are all very important issues, but a lot of them do come back to politics. They come back to governments and the willingness to invest and the willingness to make hard choices. I'm not seeing a lot of those hard choices made right now in the world.
This is why I'm traveling talking to all the government, the state leaders, and telling them, moving fast. If they do not move fast, it's going to be trouble. So when we see something is coming, you have to prepare now. My belief is that you have to repair the roof while it is still sunshine.
Do you think the machines will win?
My mission?
The machines, overall.
The machines? No, human will win.
They will?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Machine is good in knowledge, but human beings are good at the wisdom. So that is why I'm encouraging a lot of government and talking to a lot of government officers, pay special attention to the education system. If you want, the machine is going to be smarter than human being. This is for sure. All right, I'm a guarantee. Because the day when we design the machine, we know machine is powerful, stronger than us. When we design the trains and buses, we know machine is going to run faster than us. When we have the computers, we have to know that machine is going to be smarter than us. But the human being, they are not only smart, they have the wisdom.
And so artificial intelligence will never have wisdom?
No.
No.
No. It's about a value, it's about wisdom, it's about experience. It's about the user experience. It's about your life experience. So I don't think the artificial intelligence is going to replace the wisdom. Artificial intelligence is going to be very smart. So between the smart and the wisdom, smart people know what you want. Wise people knows what they don't want.
I just continue to wonder what that world will look like over the next 30 years
It's
and whether
going to
we
be
can.
painful.
What's painful? What does that mean?
Well, you will see that some people, because the knowledge is not enough, the wisdom is not enough. So the new wave coming, the job is being taken away. Some people who catch up the wave will be rich, will be more successful. Some people will be more painful. The government, the world is going to be data. The people will have more data than the bosses.
Right. You've said, we're talking about data.
Yeah, data.
You said machines had drank electricity. Now they will drink data. Data is our water and our soil.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, in the future, in the office, there are electricity, there are water, and the pipe of the data. If you want to make machine smart, the machine must drink data. So data is, without the data, innovation society is impossible. And the other thing, in the past 200 years, because of the science, people's eyes look at the outside. We go to the moon, we want to go to the Mars, we'll see the outside world, but we never see the inside of the human beings. Data, you will know human being better.
You have a lot of data at Alibaba, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
And how are you focused on creating and obtaining more of it?
No, I think it's just the beginning of the data period. We think data is going to be so important to human life in the future. So now we just decided we are the first runner. Compared to tomorrow, our data is nothing. Tomorrow, IoT, Internet of Things, everything connected. Everything will be
billions
data.
upon billions of devices connected.
That's connected.
Right.
So we think we're a big data company today. That was compared to yesterday. Compared to tomorrow, we are nothing.
Well, what will it let you do, having access to that data as it accumulates more and more? What would allow you to do?
Improve people's life, improve the machines, to making sure the machine can do better jobs to support human beings, instead of machine do better jobs to kill human jobs. So I think that we don't know how data really can make money today, but we know we have to protect the security of the data, the privacy of the data. And when we know one day the data will empower the human beings.
Well, you know a lot about your customers already, I would assume. I mean, they spend a lot of time on the platform, 25 minutes a day, 7 times a day. Many of them are younger, they're using their mobile device. But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, this is the tip beginning. Just today's data is like 100 years ago, people think about electricity is a light, But they never thought 100 years later we have a fridge and washing machine, everything using electricity. So data, we have to believe our kids will be much smarter than us using the data.
But you don't believe all that data, when used with artificial intelligence, will create wisdom.
No.
You don't?
No. Wisdom is from heart. the machine intelligence is about the brain. Brain is about the knowledge. You can always make a machine to learn the knowledge, but it is difficult for machine to have a human heart.
I like the sound of it. I'm not sure. There's plenty of people who don't believe you, who think that eventually artificial intelligence will exceed our own and the machines will take over and we won't even know when that point is reached.
We will see in 30 years. 30 years later, we're still surviving. We will check out.
You talk to Elon Musk about this at all ever?
Well, I think the machine intelligence and human intelligence, we have to be careful. If you're using artificial, I don't think we should make machine like human. This is something we should do. We should making sure the machine can do things that human being cannot do. This is the focus that we are doing.
Big idea is artificial intelligence is something that I think has captured the imagination of Washington and probably the rest of the country and world. What is Amazon's approach to artificial intelligence?
Well, first of all, this is artificial intelligence, machine learning, artificial intelligence. It is a renaissance. It is a golden age. We are now solving problems with machine learning and artificial intelligence that were, kind of in the realm of science fiction for the last several decades. And natural language understanding, machine vision problems. It really is an amazing renaissance. And for decades, AI researchers kind of struggled and made very, very slow progress. And over the last 10 years, it looks like one of those S curves. You're just making a lot of progress very rapidly over the last 10 years. Machine learning and AI is a horizontal enabling layer. It will empower and improve every business, every government organization, every philanthropy, basically there's no institution in the world that cannot be improved with machine learning. So at Amazon, some of the things we're doing are super obvious. So they're kind of superficially obvious, and they're interesting and they're cool, and you should pay attention to them. I'm thinking about things like Alexa and Echo, our voice assistant. I'm thinking about our autonomous prime air delivery drones. Those things use a tremendous amount of machine learning, machine vision systems, natural language understanding, and a bunch of other techniques. And those, but those are kind of the showy ones. And I would say a lot of the value that we're getting from machine learning is actually happening, kind of beneath the surface. And it is things like improved search results, improved product recommendations for customers, improved forecasting for inventory management, and literally hundreds of other things beneath the surface. And then I'd say the most exciting thing that I think we're working on in machine learning is that we are determined to, through Amazon Web Services, where we have all these customers who are corporations and software developers, to make these advanced techniques accessible to every organization, even if they don't have kind of the current class of expertise that's required. Right now, deploying these techniques for your particular institution's problems is difficult. It takes a lot of expertise, and so you have to go compete for the very best PhDs in machine learning and get them, and it's difficult for a lot of organizations to win those competitions. And so we're in a great position because of the success of Amazon Web Services to be able to put energy into making those techniques easy and accessible. And so we're determined to do that. I think we can build a great business doing that for ourselves, and it would be incredibly enabling for organizations that want to use these sophisticated technologies to improve their own organizations.